Hey guys, welcome to your love reading, Spiritual Infusion 1111. Let's go ahead and get into it. What messages do you have for the collective with love and romance? Okay, first card out we have is karma. So somebody here is getting a lot of karma, and it's funny because I don't even know if it's your person. Maybe they are getting karma for how they treated you. But this is coming in more so as like a third party or an external influence or somebody here that definitely tried to spin a certain narrative about you and your person. And this could even be for some of you why your person has been quiet. Don't let my silence fool you. You have never left my mind. I've withdrawn from everyone and I'm working on myself and focusing on my healing. So for me, when I'm looking at this energy, right, and somebody's having a mental breakdown not being with you to the point where it's driving them insane and they want to make something right here. You also have this person constantly looking at their phone, constantly checking. Somebody here could also be drinking heavily, okay, or having some type of substance issue. Because I'm telling you, somebody's over here saying, I miss making love to you. I will do anything to hold you again. And I mean anything. Okay, so let's get into this because I feel like there's a lot going on. So come on down to Funky Town and let's figure out what's the tea. So over here in Karmicville, karma, okay, there's somebody here that is definitely feeling the void. Okay, this is somebody though, I feel like it's not your person's energy. I feel like this is an external influence or this is somebody that was around them, okay? Your person is no longer communicating to them. They're no longer talking to them. This is a part of the karma because whoever this individual was, whether it's friends, family, children, a third party, a friends with benefits, a situationship, whatever it may be, this person is getting a lot of karma now because your person isn't talking to them. They're not communicating with them because whatever they found out here with this karma, yeah, look, Knight of Wands is in reverse. Whoever this person is, it's almost like they didn't want your person to be in a relationship with you. They wanted them to just go ahead, have a good time. Now they're over here really in their head because they're realizing that your person their thoughts consist of you. To the point where it may even surprise this person, or there's somebody here that's relatively surprised or relatively shocked. But I also get that there is an action that is being taken. There's some type of quick action of karma that's coming in here. Because how does the collective feel about this karma? Yeah, you're over here waiting for it. You already know what's coming because as above, so below, right? And the thing about karma is that karma is a double-edged sword, okay? Because the words you speak are also the words that come to bite, right? That double-edged sword is that with lies and chaos and confusion, you also have God's truth, the divine truth that will reign over it. So there's something here where you've been waiting for a period of time for this individual to receive their karma. What is their karma that they're receiving? Oh, somebody's devastated. Somebody thought here that they were like the boss, that they ran. I wanted to say they run, whatever. It almost like makes me, what's that one song? I Run New York. What's that song? Not the one with Alicia Keys, not that one. I don't remember what it's called. Anyways, maybe it's called I Run New York. I Run New York. But whoever this person is, they thought that they were in control. This is also somebody being in this Queen of Wands energy. The Queen of Wands is Aries energy. You have Libra energy as well. There's a duality here, right? They're sister signs. So this person thought by being in control, by controlling the narrative, by lying, by telling this person not to communicate to you, by having this individual not just come forward and just be honest, that changed a lot. Because whoever they were, they thought that they were the leader. They thought that they were the confident, attractive one, and it's not coming in like that at all. In fact, it's coming in as a significant betrayal. I also feel like there was somebody here that could have possibly been doing spell work or something to manipulate energy. What people don't understand is just because you're not over there with a cauldron and some chalk drawing a star on the floor doesn't mean that it's not actively spell work. Your words are spells. So what people don't understand is whatever you're communicating, if you have ill intentions, if you are saying things in a manipulative manner when you know that's not what the truth is, then essentially you are casting spells of lies. And the one thing's for sure, two things for certain is the fact that God is no longer going to allow people to continuously lie, to the point where I feel like your person has withdrawn themselves from this karmic energy. And I'm getting that they're very, very focused on really detoxing. So for somebody here, they could have gone to rehab. They could have needed to do some type of cleanse. I keep getting juicing. You may be juicing. But it's coming in as this person making healthier choices. And by making healthier choices, it's cutting off this external energy. This external energy is having a really hard time. Why are they struggling? Why? Because it's judgment. There's a lie that they got caught in recently, right? Where you were trying to tell them, look, this isn't true, or I'm trying to tell you something. And the judgment is that this person couldn't let it go. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it drink. Whoever this individual is, they feel like, so what about me, right? So what do you mean that, well, what do you mean you're just going to leave me here? What do you mean you no longer want me? What do you mean you view me as somebody who is a trickster, as somebody who communicated like, this is somebody that literally was acting like they were something that they weren't. Example, this is somebody that could be a business owner, but they're horrible at managing their business. This could be somebody that projects to be overly spiritual when in reality, their concepts and their moral integrity, it's of the devil, right? It's all based on their ego. If it's based on ego, it's not of God, period. And I also feel like too, there's something here where you are rising above whatever is going on. There's a lot of changes that are occurring. And I feel like the change that happened is once this person separated themselves from this karma, from this karmic energy, that's when they began to really have a hard time. Because whatever this person was communicating, whatever they were spewing, it was inaccurate details. You also have this person really looking at their phone, looking at memories of you and them, wishing that you would call them, to talk to them. Because the reality is this person feels like they messed up, but they messed up because they listened to the wrong person. This could have even been somebody who lied and said that, you were in a relationship or there was something else going on. Whatever it was purposely to separate the two of you. And now, whoever this person is, they're sitting there, this external energy, and they're crying. They're sad. They're lonely. They're gaining clarity that everything was about you. For somebody, they could have wrote or written songs about you if they are a musician or if they're in performing. It's coming in as like you being this person's muse. To the point where this person, this karmic energy really felt like if there was time in between you, that sacred emptiness, that it would reset some type of void. That whatever happiness this person felt, whatever these feelings were, that eventually that they would dissipate. But the problem is this person now knows that they're in love with you. You can't take away true love. You just can't. If your person was at some type of significant crossroads here, they're no longer there. This person is acknowledging that you are their twin flame or that there's something deeper to your relationship. But I also feel like somebody here definitely wants to come in and they want to apologize, right? I'm sorry, okay? I'm having a mental breakdown. I didn't understand the twin flame connection. I made a bad choice. I took a bad offer. It almost feels like Squid Games to me, right? Where they come in, they say, hey, you have this beautiful relationship, but do you really think that they love you? If they really do love you, then let's play a game. It's something here coming in as like a lot of game playing. In order to see if you and them are on the same page. I feel like whoever this energy is, they were purposely trying to keep them away from you, and they utilized it in the sense of you're just obsessed with them. It's in your head. If they really love you, then why don't you separate, and you know, what's meant for you will come back. If you let it go and it comes back, then you know it's for you. It's coming in as that type of energy, right? Let's see what the collective's heart really is. Let's see if they really do love you. Let's see if you and them really do have a spiritual connection through a level of enlightenment, through a level of consciousness. But whoever this other energy was that had this miraculous idea, it's because they had an over-attachment to the possessions of this person. Because your person held or has a level of control, or there is somebody here that was definitely trying to control what your person was doing or what they weren't doing, which is exactly why they were trying to tie them up in this situation. So now this person wants to come forward and say, listen, I'm sorry, okay? Being without you, it's really devastating me. Having to sit here and watch you, this has also illuminated their patterns, okay, where they know that they need to remove a certain negativity of deep shadow work. And the reality is, this merry-go-round, because it's coming in as a merry-go-round, right? This merry-go-round that continuously is repeating itself, it's because of their sabotaging behavior. It's because they wanted to do one last test. Are they still the same person? Have they changed? Are they just doing this, but what are they like if they don't talk to me? Are they really madly and deeply in love with me? Or is this an energy that is going to eventually change? I also feel like for some of you, your person could have gone through a lot with a painful relationship. Now, for some of you, your person really wasn't in a real relationship, but this is a painful relationship with their mother or with their father. There was a lot of trauma. There was a lot of SA, for those of you guys that know, or just mental and emotional torment that's going on with this individual, and that played a major role inside of the connection. Because the reality is this, you are what you know. If you grow up in an environment where it's normal to stay in a married situation where you're unhappy and you're miserable and your only viewpoint of relationships is negativity, then if you have something very beautiful like a twin flame connection come in and show you the opposite side of the coin, you're going to deem it as something that's wrong. You're going to deem it as something that's evil. You're going to view that as something that is fake because that's not your normal. But just because it's not your normal or their normal, it doesn't mean that that's not the truth. Everything is subjective, right? For example, you go to other countries, the idea that you can go into a supermarket and buy chicken that's already cut and packaged and cleaned, that's crazy to them. That's insanity. They would not want to do that because that's not what they know. So it's the same when it comes to relationships. You are what you know. And until you're in a place where you're ready to be enlightened, when you're ready to have that level of awareness, that's when things change. So they do want to apologize because I also feel like they tried to treat you like they treated everybody else, knowing good and goddamn well you weren't like that. Listen here, I'm not like this person over here. Listen here, I don't want anything from you. I just want to love you. Listen, this is something that is faded. This is something where I keep getting overwhelmingly that your person is ready to finally come forward and express their truth. They want to make something known here. In particular, there could be something in regards to social media where they could have pretended like they were with somebody or pretended like they didn't care, but it is the opposite of that. Look, I'm telling you. My childhood was very traumatic. I grew up in a toxic household. We didn't have much, and the people I trusted the most betrayed me. Okay, so like I stated, a lot of their direct confidence from their solar plexus chakra is impacted their heart chakra because of whatever pain they've gone through. Because they were unable to let go of some trauma, because they were unable to let go of certain aspects within inside of their connection. See, my friends and family were in my ear about you, and I was given bad advice. I should have listened to my intuition because they were wrong. The reality is, this person is in love with you, okay? They are worried about you being with somebody else. Are you dating somebody else? This gives them, it makes them angry because it's sad, because the thing is like they were trying to stop you from taking advantage of them, and it's like they took advantage of you. They did the same thing to you that the people that they trusted the most that hurt them did to them. I'm also getting that this person is drinking very heavily. There could be certain substance issues here. And part of it's because they have a lot of regrets. This is somebody that just really wants to find out, what are you doing? Do you miss me? Right? Are you seeing somebody else? Okay? The truth is, it's like this person is obsessing. But again, there is an apology that needs to be had. Because you can't sit there and obsess over somebody. I guess you can. It's like they're obsessing over how much they love you, where they're fantasizing, where they're thinking that you're just this fantasy. And that can be something that these karmic friends and family were in their ear about. This is a fantasy. You're crazy. All of a sudden, you have all of these new patterns or all of these things. Like somebody could have even felt like, if your person purposely was staying away from you, they were trying to drink in order to suppress, or drink or do drugs, whatever it is, party, in order to try to get you out of their head. But this drinking was in order to numb that idea. And now this person is over here feeling like a fool, where whoever this other energy is, they could have blamed it on you why this person had these new habits, when in reality, it was because of them, because they kept trying to force a narrative upon your person that wasn't true. And people will sit there and say, well, they shouldn't care about what other people think, blah, 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 blah. But let's be honest. If somebody's been your friend for 20 years, or if somebody's been around you and you trust them, you know, this person already feels crazy for having this divine connection, for not understanding it, for really feeling like this is a fantasy because you may be their dream person, right? Anything that they could have concocted with somebody, it was you. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, you are their entire package. But a lot of times when people live a certain manner, they never get what they really want. So I always say that this is an example, because one of my friends had said this to me. She said, well, he wants me, you know, if, you know, it's like I'm his lottery ticket. So why all of a sudden is he acting like he's surprised? I said, because just because you play the lotto doesn't mean you're going to win. And more than likely you don't. But there are those few chances where you do. And having you is like hitting the lotto to this person, because you are what they fantasize about. You're their ideal match. You're the peanut butter to their jelly, right? They're the, like, you know, E40 says, I have your back like a car seat, right? There's something very significant with you and this person. And I also am getting very heavy too, that they may even have people in their family apologizing to them, because now everybody feels like a fool. That's why people are so curious, like, what are you doing? They're very curious with how you make money. I'm also getting that this person tried to pretend like they don't care, but it's the complete opposite. To the point where this person's feelings are obsessive. They do definitely want to reach out, but this is also somebody that is relatively ashamed or embarrassed for the way that they treated you. And now it's like they don't know how you feel about them. This is also somebody that could have gained weight or lost weight. I mean, I think that this energy alone is very impactful. But it's like the longer that they take to express themselves, the longer that they take to make amends, the longer that they take just to do the right thing. It's like this person is struggling. They're getting ready to pop up on you. It's almost like whoever this person is, they're starting to panic now because they know that they're taking too much time to communicate or too much time to express themselves, because this person was playing the victim. They were blaming you, not taking any accountability. And I think it's because their friends and family were depicting a certain narrative that wasn't true. There's also somebody for some of you that they are really surprised that you walked away here. That you said like enough is enough. Because it's something coming in where you were tired of this person not taking any action. I just kicked the garbage can. So you may have kicked this person to the curb and said, I'm not doing this. Okay? I'm not trash that you just put out once or twice a week and then you do whatever. No, you don't want to be here. You don't want to do the right thing. Then get out of here. Get him out of here, right? Like, get out of here. I don't want nothing to do with you. But I feel like there's a heavy emphasis around this friends and family. I'm actually going to take this one out because I do want to know more about that. What do we need to understand right now with what this person is dealing with? Their happiness is in reverse. It just feels like, I just heard their happiness is on standstill. Because the problem is, whatever was illuminated to this person, they're seeing that there was a lot of lies and manipulation. Now, the sun being in reverse, 1 + 9 is 10, which is what? It's a 1. That goes to the magician. Somebody here, again, was manipulating the energy, was doing spell work. They could have even said you did spell work on this person that had them head over heels in love with you. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you're like, no, I'm really just that dope, right? No, I'm really just that person. I'm really, like the Whitney Houston song, I'm every woman or I'm every man. I can do everything, right? But whatever was being manipulated by this person, they were lies. It was mind games. Somebody here did a test, and whatever the test was, I feel like this person was also upset because maybe you didn't physically look upset. And there was definitely somebody here that was playing victory at all costs. Now, I am going to say this, with this Venus and Aquarius, this is an energy where your person also could have stopped or sustained or been in a place of abstinence, because that's also what this 5 of Swords is. It's a lack of intimacy. Yeah. Somebody's really in their head because they're going through a significant tower moment right now. Because I feel like they're getting ready to pop up. I feel like somebody's getting ready to communicate because they can't get you out of their head. And they're beginning to understand that everything was lies and manipulation in order to confuse this person with how to progress, in order to keep this person stuck in their head, in order to cause a tower moment between the two of you that was so destructible that you couldn't fix it, right? It was an unforeseen event, but it was to liberate the communication or to liberate this person so that they moved on. Because there was a lot of communication over this Tower moment, over this action. Now, let's talk about the action. The action is Mars and Scorpio. Mars and Scorpio is a beautiful placement. However, how does it take action? It takes action behind the scenes. It's not somebody who's going to come tell you, hey, just to let you know, I'm going to break into your house and I'm going to steal X, Y, and Z. No, this is somebody that just does it where you're like, did somebody come in here because I'm missing certain things? Or this is somebody that wants to know what you're doing, but instead of just asking you, hey, what are you doing? This is somebody that could be watching you on social media, watching you in your house, hacking into your cameras, whatever it may be. Because for some of you, with this obsessive energy that this individual is coming in with, this obsessive energy, because we've seen it in multiple cards here, what it's showing you is the fact that this person is like Joe from You. Have you guys seen that? Netflix? For some of you, yes, that's exactly what it is. It's like somebody's fallen in love with you to the point where they've not been able to communicate it. But they're watching you. They're watching you in a way where it's not a physical action that you see that they're taking, but they are taking action. It's just something that is not privy to you. Because they could be watching you. They could be driving by your house. They could be watching you on social media if you and this person are at a distance. There's a lot of change that is occurring, and this change that's occurring is because you've not physically heard what this person needs to say to you, but also too, you've not seen it. You've not seen the fact that they want this partnership. This is also somebody that could be talking about you to other people, but there's certain things that they've not said to you. It brings me back to like this moment in the car this morning. By the way, Spiritual Infusion 1111 for all of those of you losers. Insert Ace Ventura, the pet detective, when he goes, hello, sir. You losers that keep stealing my content. I wish nothing but what you deserve to come to you. Be careful. But in the car this morning, my older son wanted to know what my younger son's girlfriend looked like. And my son said, I'm not showing you her. I'm like, well, what's the big deal? Does she know you have a brother? Like, he's like, no, she doesn't know anything. And I'm like, well, why are you not telling her about our family? He's like, because it's like he was so secretive because he was worried that Vinny was going to do something to mess it up, whether that's embarrass him or because he will, or make fun of the girl or whatever it is. And I'm just sitting here in the car looking at these two little people, right? One's 12, one just turned 14, going, these guys are just like men. Like, this is exactly the thing that men do at a young age that they do now. For those of you guys that are men that are watching, drop it in the comment section because I'm telling you, even when my son hacked into my other son's roadblocks and stole all of his stuff and gave it to all of his friends, it's because he was hanging out with his girlfriend. He was talking to his girlfriend and not his friends. So my son felt like that was karmic justice, essentially, for his friends, right? Because you don't leave your friends for a girl. We were here first, right? So even then, which I wouldn't expect that from Vincenzo, but even then, what it's doing is it's showing the certain type of behavior, how men will take action for karma versus a woman taking action for karma. So I feel like this person has talked about you a lot. People know about you, or there's something here, but I feel like your person was very cautious with what information was being given to their friends and their family because they didn't want anybody to come in and manipulate your situation. The problem is, on the flip side, them not talking about you or showing you or giving them all the information about who you are, it was also karma for this person. Again, it's a double-edged sword. Because I'm pretty sure that if their friends and their family really knew you, they would love you. They would think you were amazing. And that's kind of the other side of things, right? That's the other side of the fence. People are going to talk about you and your person because all they see is the fact that your person is changing. Why are they changing? Who is this person? We don't like the fact that you're changing. What is this? Because again, your person I feel like they were very protective of you. This is an obsessive energy, but I'm not getting like demon slayer. I'm getting like that they're just very possessive of you because it's the twin flame connection and it's something that they were working on. It's something that they needed to understand before they were able to communicate it, and that your person was taking certain steps, whether that's going to counseling, whether that's talking to friends and family about certain things that they did in the past that were bad, whether that's separating from relationships and causing that void, being okay to go into the spiritual unknown, throwing things away, just kick the trash again, right? And having this significant spiritual reset, right? But again, I feel like because their friends and family didn't know you completely, then they had to create their own narrative on you. And again, whatever your relationship is, it feels like it supersedes other typical relationships. So that's why it was important for, I feel like, your person. Because what you don't understand is they've made significant changes in order to be with you. In order to be able to, not only, you can't give love if you don't know how to receive love. So when you were giving this person love, it was an uncomfortable place, right? It's like if you've lived in a cave your entire life and then all of a sudden you see the sun, you're going to be like, hey, what is that? Hurts my eyes. You're going to run away from it. So this significant change, right? This is a seismic change. This is not a small, minute little ripple, okay? This isn't a 2.2 earthquake, okay? This is a major 7.0, 7.5, 8.2, okay? This is a big one. Hopefully there's not an earthquake coming. Japan needs to be careful right now because there's something wonky over there. There's something going on with the earthquakes. The plates are shifting. When I used to live in California, I could go outside and I would always be able to call the earthquakes. I would look at my friend and be like, oh, we're about to have an earthquake. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, we'd get one. And she'd always look at me and say, how did you know? Like, I can tell, I can feel it in the air. It's the air, like, I don't know. I can sense it. But whatever it is, this shook, okay? This shook not only your person's foundation, their friends and family foundation, because what you may not realize is like your spirituality and your love and your caring and your giving and everything that you've really put on this person, what you don't realize is it's also created change within inside of their friend group. With how they look at things, with how they view certain things. This is a big change that you've impacted not just yourself, but a group of people, right? Aquarius energy is Aquarius impacts multiple people, right? They're the trailblazers to change, right? Leo over here is kind of like a selfish, I'm not saying Leo is selfish, but the sun is in reverse. So there is a level of selfish energy that's fueled by ego. Right? It's not fueled by the greater good. It's fueled by ego. That's why whoever this person was, they kept lying. When in reality, they didn't understand why this person was changing. Because them changing made it so that they had to change too. That's why it feels like this right now is very divinely assisted. There's a lot of supernatural forces that are working right now in order to rebalance out a situation, in order to blend the opposites. Because once they understood why your person was changing, it's like they didn't even want to hear what your person had to say. You do the same thing. You don't change. You don't switch up on your family or your friends. But eventually, when they saw how broken this person was and how this person has separated themselves, they started to listen to what your person was saying, and whatever your person communicated, it created change amongst a group, amongst a sector of people. And I think that you don't see how much transformation has occurred just simply by you having a lot of self-love. Because in love, there is truth. Everything should be done by a sense of love. God leads with love. God doesn't lead for people. Nowhere in the Bible does it say, you're going to get into heaven if you have all this money. You're going to get into heaven, okay? Because you got to pay the toll, okay? You gotta pay the bridge toll. No, it doesn't say that. Not at all. That's why they always say a rich man going to heaven is like threading a camel through an eye of a needle. Why is that? Because a lot of times we forget that everything we have completely is derivated from God. It is because of God that we have what we have. Or your universe, however you want to narrate it, there is one being that oversees everything. So, but it has to be led with love. That's when you get this brand new beginning. But I think what you needed to understand is that this new beginning, it needed to occur with inside of the friend group too. Because the reality is, I feel like you love this person, their friends love this person, and they didn't understand the change. Little did you know, or they know, that you both love them the same. But I do feel like there is a obsessive, weird karmic energy who's now being disowned by a friend group. I am getting that very, very significantly. I want to ask a couple of things. Let's get into this extended. If you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. A lot, actually. All right, let's see. What is the collective's person? What is their overall energy? What's their overall energy, the collective's person? They're very triggered right now. But again, look, soul debt cleared. Okay. So, whatever the situationship is with this 55, whatever the obstacles were that your person was dealing with, they're overcoming it. There's a karmic completion. There's also balance. There's accountability. And there is some type of freedom here that your person is achieving. How do they feel emotionally about this karmic energy? Okay. Look at this. Alchemy of the soul is in reverse. This is a transformation, turning pain into power. So they feel like whoever this person is, like I said in the very first 12 seconds of the YouTube reading, they felt like this individual was manipulating energy. They were manipulating the truth in order to gain power. That is the sun in reverse with the 5 of swords. Somebody was purposely manipulating, winning at all costs, in order to change. And I always say this, there is a difference between a hustler and somebody that's hustling people. Okay, so I'm going to give you an example. I'm not throwing shade, so if you get offended, you're offended. But somebody that hustles like a man is different than somebody that hustles men. Okay, that's going to go over a lot of people's heads, but if you understand what I'm saying. I want to know what this person's friends and family are saying now. And I also want to know, what the advice was that they gave And I want to know what triggered this mental breakdown, right? Because if you understand what triggered it, is it because you haven't spoken to them? Is it because they think you're dating somebody else? Is it because you're not giving them any time or attention? Once you understand what that trigger is, then you can also harness that understanding, because it's going to give you a deeper process. Is it a mental thing for this person? Is it emotional? Is it physical? Is it spiritual? Is it all of the above? Is it everything encompassed? Because they're really struggling right now. By the way, if you haven't already, please make sure you like the video and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. We have 4 more cards to pull, but all of this is available on the extended, and the extended is available on the website, okay? All of that information will be in the description below, and we take a deep dive into your person's psyche. We go one by one to see what's going on. It's really, really good. If this reading resonates, definitely check it out. I'll also include a link right here for you guys to click, but it's essentially a deep dive into this person's perspective where we can see it from their viewpoint. I am going to say this. If you are somebody that gets triggered, and you may not like what you hear, I'm not saying that I agree with what is coming out, but it's that person's narrative. It's that person's perspective, okay? All right. What are they focused on right now? What is this person obsessing over with the collective? The collective's person. Reciprocity, reciprocation, right? How do I give back? I have to take some type of action here in order to balance out the narrative in a spiritual sense. 1 + 7 is 8, right? How do I go from the shadow to the light? How do I give in order to receive the love that's back? How am I able to receive love when I've not been able to give the love, right? So spend my life with you is here because this person feels like you guys were mirroring each other. And this is somebody that knows inside out that you are them and that you have this significant parallel between the two of you. How do they think the collective feels about them emotionally? Let's see this. How do they think the collective feels about them emotionally? Heartstrings, mirroring, false hope. So they feel like you're viewing them as somebody that broke multiple promises. They also feel like you're protecting yourself because you don't want to feel that something is hopeful when it's not. It's like you both feel like this was a dream. What does the collective need to understand about this connection? What does the collective need to understand to a different depth? Why this person ghosted you? Why there was a silent goodbye? There's a reason for the confusion. And I feel like if you knew what the reason for the confusion was, you probably wouldn't be as upset with this person as you thought, because there's something here that your person had to complete. There's some life lesson that needed to be handled in order for you to come into union, because it is a universal love, right? What is this person's, what is the collective, what do they want romantically with the collective? What is this person, what is their end game? What is their end game with the collective? Oh, look at this. Heart's confession. You felt me in silence, waded through my fears, held space for a love I buried too deep, but I see it now and clear and undeniable. It's always been you, and I'm finally ready to be yours aloud. This is about trusting in the truth of whatever this person is going to come forward and confess, because it's really just been you and them, and they want you for the rest of their life. Oh, that's beautiful. All right, guys, this is your reading. Those of you guys that are coming on down to Funky Town, Click on the link in the comment section below. It'll take you straight to where you can grab the extended. You can also click here too. There's a little box. Click it. Roll. Those of you guys that want to book a personal reading, grab any of the tarot cards, all that information is in the description. And with that being said, I love you. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Keep your head up and see what's to come.